So, new week, new project idea. We're going to be looking this week at a Japanese design philosophy of continuous improvement called Kaizen, or Kaizen. You're going to be inventing something to solve a problem that you encounter on a regular basis that you want to try and make more efficient or something that will help you, so accessible design in many ways. I'm going to go through some ideas of what I'm going to make. Remember, you're not making what I'm making, you're using the same theories and the same ideas to solve your own problem and create an outcome using the materials that you've got. If you don't have materials, it can all be a theoretical design project with illustrations and then digital models to show how you would create the idea if you had the resources. And when we get back to school, perhaps it's something that we could do as your main NEA coursework project, or it could be something that you do in an after-school club. Okay, so the idea really is to think of something that's going to help you or someone in your family and give you some inspiration. So here goes. So I built this workshop about a year ago, and currently it's just set up for doing woodworking. I've got a lathe and a bandsaw and various other bits of machinery, and obviously I've started making these videos. So I've been trying to work out ways of efficiently recording myself, and they are quite primitive at the moment. So over here, this is my tablet stand, okay, which you can see is a big old piece of wood from a joist, an iPad and some quick clamps. Now, I was quite pleased with that. I knocked it up quickly. It's relatively ingenious, but it's not very effective and the iPad could fall out. When I've been recording stuff on the desk, I've got two options here. One, I have clamped the camera to this, which is the light from my Hegner saw. The issue with that is if I try and cut anything on the desk vibrates and moves around, and it's not possible for me to do anything working with any kind of sort of resistant materials roughly on the desk while filming, because I lose quality and it like shakes around like mad, which is no good for anyone. So I thought, I'll mount the camera higher up above my head. So on the woodworking video you saw this camera angle, and this camera angle was the camera rested on some quick clamps. Simple as that. So my design task is going to be to create a more efficient way of holding the phone so that I can support it in position above what I'm working on to make videos that are clearer and allow me to work on my workbench without being interfered with by vibrations. You are not focusing on making a phone stand or a phone holder anymore. You are choosing a problem, a design problem, that you can work on that will help increase efficiency for whatever you want around your home. So your first task is to identify the problem and the need for something that you can make more efficient through making. So as always with the design task, I'm going to start with some sketching of some ideas. Now, what I like about the stand I'm currently using for filming is that it's flexible, so I can position it evenly. But I have to work very close to the saw because it's attached to that. The other issue I've got is the fact that the vibration's coming from the desk because it's mounted on the desk. So I've got to consider ways of mounting it in a place where I'm not going to have that issue with vibration, which you'll probably see now. I need to think about a way of securely housing the phone without having to clamp the screen, which I'm currently doing, which is not good for my phone. So I'm going to start sketching out a few ideas and see what I come up with.
Okay, so I've identified a problem. I've started to sketch out some potential ideas of how I could produce it. I've now got to think about what materials I've actually got. I've talked about wing nuts, I've talked about the use of wood and laminated pieces of ply. I don't know if I've got any wing nuts. I've got some split pins, so I'm going to start in the next lesson by making some models, again in card, to try and test some of these ideas and see actually if they're viable before I start working in any more resistant materials. Cheers.